What is this feeling that put you in your place? The hot red burning on the side of your face. You feel the blood rush to your cheek and tears start to fill your eyes. You're trying, oh you're trying not to cry. You just got slapped across the face, my friend. You just got slapped, oh it really just happened. You just got slapped. Everybody laughed and clapped, cause it was awesome. Hello and welcome to I Hate TV, episode 1, featuring me and How I Met Your Mother's finale. Wow, that was a lot of hand gestures. First off, there were 19 reoccurring gags featured in the finale episodes of How I Met Your Mother. These included Barney's bro, and challenge accepted, and have you met Ted? And Barney and Lily's cockamouse, the cockamouse. And, you know, the Canada gag. There are also 14 tear-jerking moments according to what I tallied. But for me, the entire hour-long episode was a tear-jerking moment, and I cried the entire time. I also counted 12 of the continuity moments that were mind-blowing. You know about continuity if you've watched Glee and also How I Met Your Mother. Compare these two, they're polar opposites when it comes to continuity. Things I did not like. First of all, I'm going to start with the big one. Barney and Robin. We all knew they were endgame. We all thought they were endgame. I had so much faith in that OTP. They were my OTP. Before I knew what OTP was. I started watching this series years ago, and when they said they were divorced, I was so shocked and disappointed, and then I thought about it, and then I realized I'm an asshole, because if you look at the writing and if you look at the history of the show, it's a circle. It's a fucking circle. The first time they were together, they were happy for a few months, and then they both started deteriorating. Like, Barney became unhealthy, Robin became unhealthy. It makes sense that they would be married for a few months and then break off again, because it's realistic. People don't change permanently after a second encounter. It was very realistic, very believable that the series writers would go and make Barney the same individual that we saw seasons 1, seasons 2. I'm okay with it now. I've come to terms. Another thing that I did not like was the mother dying. I love how much this season made me like Kristen Milotti, that I'm angry that she had to die for the series to wrap up. I also did not like the very end when the kids came in, because you know they filmed that 9 years ago, and it made me feel like the writing was written around what was filmed 9 years ago, and even though you know it wrapped up well, it was just like, it was too cheesy for me. Alright, the final thing I want to talk about that I'm mad about is fucking Gelati's Pizza, or whatever it's called. It fucking closed. That's why they took the whole road trip. That's why Ted and Lily and Marshall took the goddamn road trip to this goddamn pizza place in Chicago, because it was closing. And if I remember wrong, please correct me, but it fucking closed. And then Marshall, during the goodbye scene, says, you're gonna get to eat Gelati's Pizza, whatever it's called, anytime you want, because you're gonna live in Chicago. And I'm like, you had a whole episode, an entire episode devoted to that place closing. That was what made me angry the most. I'm not gonna lie. Because that was a moment I realized the continuity was not perfect. The goodbye scene, I did like it a lot, because it felt real. It felt very real. It felt like the actors were saying goodbye to each other, instead of the characters saying goodbye to each other. Especially when Allison Hannigan says goodbye to Josh Radnor as Lily and Ted. She gets emotional and says, "No, Marshall's first," and you hear the laugh track and whatever. But when they say goodbye, they do their ET goodbye, and then you can tell that the tears in Allison's eyes are genuine, and it just seems like it to me. It seems like I was watching a blooper instead of part of a scripted sitcom. It was really them, and the show was over. Made me sad. Also liked Barney's transition. I thought he changed when he married Robin. I was so for his change with Robin. And then the whole thought process when they divorced, that of course they would repeat this because the writers like to write in a circle and show human behavior, and it's very believable. But I liked it when Barney changed once his daughter was born. It's 9:45. I love Barney as a character. I love how he's developed and changed. I also love his constant playboy character, and it took having a kid and loving that kid unconditionally, like he could never love another woman, to change him. It was awesome. A trivial thing that I liked was Lily and Marshall's Halloween costume. Really, Moby Dick and Captain Ahab. It was just gorgeous. It was hilariously gorgeous. The last thing I'm gonna say I liked was the bar picture that Kristen Milotti took of the gang. I almost couldn't contain myself, and I can hardly contain myself now. It really pulled at me. It pulled at my heartstrings. My final thoughts are, I know that many people are disappointed and even angry at the finale. I feel differently because I've watched it for so long, and the show was literally something that saved my life, because it was a thing that cheered me up and brought me out of my depression. It's my comfort show. I still watch it when I can't sleep. Rewatch old episodes if you can't like the finale or the last season. Fate and destiny were Ted's main tropes. He thought about them constantly. He fought with them constantly. He believed in fate and destiny the entire series. Nothing shot down his belief in fate and destiny. Even when Lily or Marshall or Barney or Robin would say destiny is a lie, you need to look practically at the girls you date. Ted was always like, no, I believe in fate. I believe I was meant to be with someone, and this one is not the one. He waited until Tracy appeared. I believe that ending in Ted's belief in fate and destiny was the perfect ending, because it's a constant theme. And if they would have gone against that theme, I would have felt like they were teaching me a lesson with their sitcom writing rather than telling me a fairy tale or a story. And that wouldn't have been as good. Like with Barney and Robin, Ted has a cycle. It starts out with him thinking Robin is perfect for him and getting her the blue French horn and appearing at her doorstep with her dogs out the window, and it ends exactly the same way. It's a circle, and I am so proud of the writers and producers and directors of this show, of the finale, for bringing that circle to its final point. I couldn't have asked for more. I really couldn't have. It all makes sense. And thank you for 9 amazing seasons. Thank you for getting me through the nights that I could not sleep. That's all I have to say, and I'm gonna go cry into my vodka soda now. Thank you.